Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them, of course. This is on channel James13 Wicca on YouTube, of course. For the main part of the reading for the tarot part, I'm using a deck by Denise Jarvie, artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. Here's the front. The Art of Love Tarot. Skipped a beat on that one, didn't I? The website is blueangelonline.com if you want to check it out. It's there at the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There are their full names down there if you want to see how to spell them correctly. There's also a few websites on the back here. SheWhoIsArt.com always sticks out to me. Whatever works for you, go ahead and search that deck down if you're interested, of course. And for the dice, the game dice I use are from MathArtFun.com, which were a gift, which I'm very thankful for. So if you want, I have a 22-sided dice. I use 22 as 0, so I just, there's 21 cards, including, 22, including the Fool. Instead of 0, I use 22 for the Fool. 14-sided dice for the card for the Minor Arcana, and then a 4-sided dice for the element that goes with it. That's what I have for that. Alright, that being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go into your reading. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Scorpio? Scorpio! Spicy but good start. You got the Emperor and you got the Four of Swords, which is kind of like a brutal healing. Could be a brutal healing. A new beginning might be on the Can't speak apparently. A new beginning might be on the horizon. We gotta get there first. I know that. Okay, so what is this? I'm not feeling good about this. I'm noticing the spots on the wings, and it makes me feel like it's diseased. Angels or swords, just in case you're wondering, which is air. Stars are fire, which is rods. Trees are pentacles, which is earth. And hearts are cups, which is water, in case you're wondering as we go forward. I keep looking at the wings, and I feel like something has not been said the way it needed to be said. Something in the past, somebody didn't handle it right. I feel like you know what that means. If this reading starts, if it hasn't hit yet, but when it does, I feel like you'll know what this means. Something was not said right. Something was not conveyed correctly. Could have been damaged information. Like, there's misinformation, disinformation, but I get, like, damaged information. Like, it reminds me of, like, somebody looking at, like, a book report, but then, like, it got water damage on it, so they just tried to, like, rewrite it. And they just kind of like, I think this is what it says. This makes sense to me if we put this in there, but it wasn't right. Yeah. This created a false foundation for this situation. But we might have an opportunity to rebuild it because of that. This might be a dark blessing because whatever happened here in the past, I feel like it's damaged information. Like, the information was just not right. It's like, I thought I knew what this was about, but now that I'm finding out the truth, I'm like, this is not at all what I thought it was. But the way that it was conveyed, the reason I believed in it, that's turning out to be false, which is creating a whole new chance to rebuild the system. I know that I don't like it. I'm getting that too. I'm feeling stuck because I don't like that. I'm feeling stuck because I don't like that. Um, Two of Swords, which is a block card for me. They're talking about balance, but I'm getting like a new balance might be struck due to because it's not working. It's stuck. It's not working. Um, the Seven of Major Arcana talks about the Chariot a lot. This is talking about a path forward, a path with those that you care about, um, going deeper into the situation. I'm feeling stuck, but I'm also feeling like I have to get deeper into it. And I feel like one of the reasons maybe you're feeling stuck is because like I could definitely open this can. It's kind of like reminds me of the you see people with the pickle jars and they're like I can't get the stupid thing open and they hand it to somebody with muscles big as their head and they're like you know you can open this jar. It's just kind of like maybe you're telling yourself you can't like oh I don't think I have the strength to open this jar. You can totally open this jar. Um, so how do you do this? How do you do this? It's already starting to happen. Whatever this is, it's like this situation is already happening. Um, Two of Wands and then the Lover's card. Just jump in. That's all right. You're feeling stuck with the situation. They're like you don't have to, and you don't have to be pretty about doing it. Um, I feel like Scorpio. I feel like I'm going to say this to Scorpio, and you're going to be like, "Yeah, I know. You're not telling me anything I don't." Scorpio can be messy a bit every now and then. Can be. You don't have to be, of course. Well, I don't know. Scorpio can be a little bit messy. You know what? This might be one of those times to be a bit messy. Be a bit messy. Open that drawer. Open that jar. The situation is messy anyway. Maybe it's time to be a little bit messy. Not everybody likes it when Scorpio gets a bit messy, but you know what? People pay attention and people stay out of your way, don't they? Or they learn to stay out of your way due to those situations. Um, Maybe it's time to get a bit messy because I'm getting with the Emperor. That can be a brutal card. And it's kind of like I feel trapped. I need to get out of this damn cage. So if I have to beat it against the wall to open the door, then I have to beat it against the wall to open the door. Maybe it's time to get a little bit messy. Use it with a grain of salt. Take it with a mountain worth of salt. You do what you think is right. If you decide to do that, like, people will benefit from that. It'll be a bit stressful for other people, but it's going to create a successful path forward. It will. Especially when it's warranted. Like, it's every now and then it's warranted, and you know that. Every now and then it's warranted. You got to get a little bit messy so we can, like, this we keep trying to fix this situation. It doesn't seem to fix right, so let's just wipe it all out, get messy, and then we'll fix it right. And that's just what we're going to have to do. It's kind of like we didn't need to rip out the whole wall, and you're like, well, maybe not, but it's going to be correct this time. We know where the studs are now, don't we? Because we can clearly see them. So maybe you don't think we needed to do it, but I'm glad we did because it's like taking too long to figure this out the right way. So let's just get messy, rip that wall out, and start anew, and then we can actually have something worth fixing. Because last time we worked on information that wasn't right anyway. So this time we clearly know the truth because you got messy, and here it is. There's no hiding anything now because it got messy. Sometimes it's warranted. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Because from this, there's a lot of healing. A lot of healing. Because I feel like people are voicing their opinions. People are talking about things that maybe they have been stuffing down. They haven't been talking about it. Maybe when you got messy, you ripped that lid off that can so hard that everybody started talking about what they're upset about. And it brought a lot of things to light that needed to come to light. People might be very inspired. Like the inspiration card is right here. Yeah, they might say stuff because it's, you got messy and they're like, well, Scorpio's getting messy. I'm going to get messy too. And it's needed. It's needed. It's kind of like there's secrets hidden that we need to kind of air out. Because by not airing them out, they just keep festering and getting worse and festering and getting worse. You got to air out these secrets. Got to air them out. I'm not saying you have to air out all your secrets, but you're going to inspire other people to air out theirs, and that'll be enough. That'll work. I feel like it's an interesting connection with Scorpio because people love and hate Scorpio at the same time sometimes. I don't know, I always get along with Scorpio for whatever reason, but I'm a Pisces. Pisces tend to. Um, because they're going to feel like you gave them the opportunity to tell their truth, and they're going to love you for it. They're also going to find it very stressful because, like, it's the catch-22. I hope this doesn't sound bad, but that energy, being messy once in a while, it's a gift and it's a burden at the same time. I feel like you know better than I do. Anyway, I feel like the people who have this energy, I feel like you know what I'm saying, and I don't feel it's offensive, but let me know in the comments if it is. Kind of like it's a gift and a burden at the same time. And people love it and they can't stand it at the same time too, because they're like, everything gets better because we deal with it, but they're also like, uh-oh, what else? What else is going to happen? Because Scorpio is uncontrollable. You do what you need to do, and that's how it is. So sometimes I feel like people who want to control Scorpio have the hardest time, because you're not going to control Scorpio. It's not going to happen. You're not going to control Scorpio. So I feel like they love it because for that reason alone, things get better. For that same reason though, they feel like, things are a little shaky, which some people have a hard time with it, just to be out there. I feel like you know this. I feel like you already know this. People really like this. Things go better after this. People, like, you got the Lovers, you got the Two of Cups, you got good cards coming in. People are healing from this. People are going better. After you've gotten a little bit messy, the challenge is to step back. To step back and see what other people do next. You said your piece. You did what you had to do. You're taking care of your business. Now step back and see what people do. If they ask you to help, that's one thing. And you will decide who you'll help and who you won't, obviously. But don't move forward and try to fix it. It's kind of like, all right, I ripped down the wall. We can see where the studs actually are now. Okay, I did my part. And just kind of like step back. And like if they ask you to help put up the new sheetrock or whatever, okay, tell me what you want me to do. Don't move it forward, though. That might be the hard thing, because you want to step back and you want to see how people are reacting to this situation and how they're trying to fix it on their own. This is very telling, because when we see how they're trying to rebuild it, even if you know how to put up that sheetrock or do whatever needs to be done next, even if you know how to do it, by seeing what other people are doing, you can see like, and that's how we got where we are today. Like you'll see it like, and that's how we got where we are today. Maybe not by somebody doing the technically wrong thing, but maybe like people rallying around or people believing in somebody who clearly doesn't know what they're doing. It could be something like that. Or people just kind of like, oh, well, I guess this will be good enough. Somebody might have that energy, Don't move it forward. Don't spin that wheel on your own and try to fix it. And don't invest in what other people are doing. If they ask you to help, I feel like you'll do this anyway, but, if they ask you to help, tell your truth. Kind of like, I don't think that's right. Or, when I've done this in the past, or I've helped so-and-so in the past, this wasn't a part of it, or we did this before that. Because, we cleaned up what was, we cleaned up all the edges, and we washed everything down to make sure we were working with a good surface. We didn't just start building on top of it, because you don't want to build on a faulty surface. So, you might know, like, yeah, you don't work with broken materials. You don't try to make broken materials work. If they can be mended to make them structurally sound, that's one thing. But if they're kind of busted in toothpicks, we're not going to work with that. We're not going to try to, rebuild a piece of sheetrock with crumbled dust. We're not going to do that. We want to bring some stability to it. They're also advising to encourage people to do it on their own and give them ideas. Is that the Seven of Cups? Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands. Give people encouragement. Tell them that they can do it, and kind of give them. I think I did this with, was it Cancer? I think so. Where it's kind of like give them ideas and tell them, I'm kind of busy. I can't get over there right away, but maybe so and so could help you, or look at this online, or check out this, resource. And, I'll help you and I'll give you pointers. Maybe not you getting in there physically doing it, but kind of giving like a little bit of coaching here and there. A little bit of coaching here, a little bit of coaching there. Not doing it per se, but like helping the correct information come forward. And when you see something that isn't right, going, I might double check that, Because see that over there? That looks like that's going to be a problem if you go forward too quickly and you don't finish that first. I would research that. Maybe, I know so-and-so knows stuff about that. Maybe check with them, see what they think. Take a picture of it, show them what you got, see what they say. Like, kind of coach them forward. Is that good? Okay. It's not that you'll be on the sidelines the whole time, but for a while you want to do this so you can learn more about how people are handling things. Because even if you know how they handle things, there's more truth to be told. More levels to the pudding, for whatever that means. The moon card reversed. That's the truth coming forward. And then the Four of Swords, more healing. The truth coming forward and more healing. Okay, so you got, by people rebuilding it themselves, whatever this is, or people like doing it themselves and learning the right way to do it, the situation gets a lot stronger. And this helps them and you very much. Because it's not only a situation where it needs to be put together correctly, it's something that I feel like you're going to be a part of for a long time to come. And I get like, this is a fresh new start for how this situation is handled. This might be, if this has something to do with social connections with people, we might be ousting somebody who has been a liar or a bad person the whole time. Bad person subjective to whatever you feel that might mean. And it's like once that energy is out, we're making sure nobody else with that same energy is getting in. It could be something like that. So I don't know where that came from in case that triggers something. Because I feel like we're making things stronger. We're putting better checks and balances in. A fresh new start where I feel more secure with what's going on here. There's a lot of protection. And there's other people looking out for the truth. Other people I can believe in. That they have the same ideal that I do. It's kind of like we need this to be safe for everybody. I'm not sure that I believe in the way they're doing it, but I do believe that they have the same conviction to where I believe it needs to be completely safe, and so don't they. They're going to do it their own way, and I might not agree with how they do it, but I do agree that their heart is in the right place. That might be coming forward from this, too. Keep that in mind. This all comes from the restructuring and being messy, by the way. Don't be afraid to be messy is what I'm getting. Like, take that with a grain of salt. You know what that means more than I do, so take that with a grain of salt. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.